Hi, this is a quick tour of DevPanel. When you first log in, you'll see workspaces that you have access to. A workspace is a collection of projects, applications, and resources. Users who have access to a workspace have access to everything in that workspace. Inside a workspace, we can have many projects. Each project is tied to one, and only one, Git repo. Each branch in that repo can be spun up into a separate application. We can create new projects from application templates, create them from scratch, or import them from other platforms. Here, we're just going to create a Drupal 10 project from scratch. Creating a project from scratch creates a new repo for us with the application's code in the master branch. Our Git repo will be the source of truth for all the code. We can connect to GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket. We will tell DevPanel to create a new repo in our GitLab account for this project. We'll speed up the video, but this process generally takes a few minutes. Once it's done, you will see all the branches here. This repo only has one undeployed branch in it. We can verify this by going to the repo directly to see what's there. Next, we build out the application on the master branch. If we want, we can change the PHP version, the container size, and other settings. We'll just click through the defaults for now. Again, we'll speed up the video, but this process generally takes a few minutes. Building an application in DevPanel is much faster and easier than building applications on local machines. One of the benefits of having a cloud dev environment is that we can share it easily with other developers, QA, and end users for user acceptance testing. When done, we get a URL to access the application and the complete cloud-based dev environment with tools like phpMyAdmin and VS Code IDE. Every application comes with a browser-based version of VS Code. Having a cloud IDE like this can help onboard new developers and collaborators in minutes instead of hours and days. The IDE includes an SSH terminal and comes pre-built with Drush and Composer on the command line. Just like a local dev environment, any changes we make using the cloud-based IDE are instantly seen on the site. Once we're happy, we can commit the code back to the repo. We can see this by adding and removing a simple interrupt like PHP info in the index page. With a browser-based dev environment, a built-in command line, and all the dev tools pre-installed, developers can start work right away instead of spending their valuable time on setup and configuration. DevPanel complies with audit trail requirements of highest security environments. The activity log page has a detailed audit trail of who did what and when. We can create manual backups or set up automated nightly backups. With built-in webhooks, we can integrate DevPanel with any CI/CD tool like Jenkins, CircleCI, or GitHub Actions. For example, we can update our applications or run automated tests using external triggers. If we expect a spike in traffic or want to improve the site's performance, we can easily adjust CPU, memory, disk space, and other settings from this configuration page. We can also lock the application to prevent accidental deletion. Hard-coded credentials, passwords, and API keys are a major source of security issues. We can use the built-in Secrets Manager to keep the code secure and compliant with security regulations and best practices. Setting up custom domains and SSL takes only a few clicks. DevPanel simplifies DNS and automates SSL management with this easy-to-use point-and-click interface. We can even set up a multi-site by creating multiple custom domains for one application. It's easy to view the application's access and error logs here. DevPanel also supports external log aggregation services like CloudWatch and Splunk. To auto-scale a website, immutable tag-based container images can be created and deployed on a load balancer from here. The security page can be used to add simple access lock on applications. This prevents search engines from indexing dev sites but lets users with passwords view and test the site. We can also set up straight or loose file permissions. With loose permissions, developers can add and update plugins and modules from a web UI. Strict permissions only let admins update these from the secure shell. The danger zone is where we go to delete the application. This deletes all of the application's resources, including the database. This is why deletion requires some extra step, as we see here. Earlier we mentioned that our Git repo is the source of truth for our application's code. Let's see how that works. Let's go to GitLab and create a new branch called Develop by cloning the master branch. To see the new Develop branch in DevPanel, we can simply go to the All Branches page and click on Sync All Branches. After this, DevPanel can clone the main application's database and static files when building out this branch. As we go to build out the Develop branch, note that we now have the option to clone the database and static files from any existing application. This makes it easy to clone applications with just a few clicks. We can use the same technique to set up dev, test, live environments and the team development workflow. Above projects, we can configure workspace level settings. These settings apply to all projects and applications in this workspace. You can monitor application on the cluster, deployments on virtual servers, people who have access to this workspace, custom domains, and list of activities across all projects and applications in this workspace. We can create multiple workspaces to group projects, teams, or resources. When someone invites us to a workspace, that workspace will show up here. Under Profile, developers can link their DevPanel account to their own Git provider accounts using access tokens. This provides another layer of security for developers to access their repos. Notice the single sign-on. DevPanel uses AWS Cognito and Google SSO out of the box. Enterprise users can connect DevPanel to their own single sign-on provider. With single sign-on, we can add and remove developers with only a few clicks. There are no SSH keys to manage. Once removed, a developer loses all access to all projects and applications instantly. Single sign-on greatly improves an organization's security posture. It is also required by most enterprises and regulated organizations. This concludes the quick tour of DevPanel. We hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. Please feel free to contact us if you have any questions.